Life of the Buddha. In the Theravada tradition, the Buddha lived from 624 to 544 BC. Siddhartha Gautama, the Bodhisattva Buddha to be, lived in what is now Nepal and northern India. He was born in Lumbini Park in present-day Nepal, near the ancient town of Kapilavatthu. His father was King Suddhodana of the Sakya dynasty of the Kshatriya caste of ancient India. Kapilavatthu was the capital city of his kingdom. The Buddha's mother, Queen Maya Devi, was on her way to her hometown, Theravada, when she stopped at Lumbini, a beautiful garden belonging to both the Sakya and the Koliya clans. Here she gave birth to her son on the 15th day of the 6th lunar month, May or June. Siddhartha grew up in the court and lived a life of luxury. At the age of 16 he married Yasodhara and they had a son Rahula. By the time the prince was 29, however, he had become unhappy with the life of comfort he was living at the court. Outside the palace, seeing someone who was old, someone suffering from sickness, and someone who had died, he understood that suffering and death were part of human life. He also saw a peaceful wandering ascetic. These four persons he saw are called the four signs. Siddhartha decided to give up his life of luxury and look for an answer to the problem of suffering and death as a homeless ascetic. For 6 years he lived in great self-mortification near the village of Uruvela in the kingdom of Magadha, India, together with 5 other ascetics. He finally understood there was nothing wrong with living a middle way of life, a way between the extremes of luxury and self-mortification. The 5 ascetics, though, thought he had chosen to live a life of luxury. Siddhartha went to the Niranjara river near the village of Gaya to meditate under a Bodhi tree. Here in 595 BC he reached enlightenment, Nibbana, and became the Buddha, the enlightened one, the awakened one, the Tathagata, the Arahant. He understood that by putting a stop to attachment to feelings of pleasure and displeasure leading to suffering, freedom from suffering could be reached. The place of his enlightenment later became known as Bodhigaya. After the Buddha to be had reached enlightenment, he thought he would not share the Dhamma, his teaching with others, because it was difficult to understand. However, Brahma Sahampati persuaded him to go spread the teaching for the benefit of human beings. The Buddha went to Sarnath, the deer park at Varanasi, Benares, to see the 5 ascetics who had helped him before. He gave his first discourse, setting in motion the wheel of the Dhamma, to the ascetics. They became monks, bhikkhus, the first members of his new Sangha, the order of the monks. In this way the triple gem came to be, the Buddha, the Dhamma and the Sangha. The first discourse was about the middle way, the Noble Eightfold Path, and the Four Noble Truths. During the remaining 45 years of his life, the the Buddha spent his time travelling through the countryside and into the cities and villages of ancient north-central India, teaching the Dhamma. He died at the age of 80 in 544 BC in the little city of Kusinara. His body was burned and the relics were divided among 8 cities. Stupas were built to hold the relics.